What's up, you guys? It's Paul here from the 9 to 5 Investors Club channel here. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how Pinterest absolutely destroyed earnings and exactly how I played their earnings, okay? So, as you can see, Pinterest shot up nearly 30% after hours because their earnings were absolutely incredible, okay? So, I quickly go to the investors page here, investor relations page, where they talked about how their revenue, Q3 revenue grew by 58% year over year to $443 million. Global monthly active users grew 37% year over year to 442 million. GAAP net loss was $94 million for Q3, and adjusted EBITDA was $93 million. Okay, now this is absolutely incredible because last year their adjusted EBITDA was only $4 million. So that's an incredible growth for them on top of their revenue and the average users. Okay, so a few more things here. Revenue shot up 58%, as they mentioned above, from 279 million for 2019 to 442 million. Net loss dropped by 24%, which is always good to see. Their net GAAP income has gone up 1,362%, which is incredible. And again, adjusted EBITDA margin also shot up to 21% compared to 1%. This is absolutely incredible, guys. I have been pretty bullish on Pinterest for quite a while now, and I was also talking to our Discord members as to how Snap's ad revenue is kind of a leading indicator for how well Pinterest is doing. But I honestly didn't expect this kind of a surge even in Pinterest, okay? Even their international growth has gone up a lot, which is what I'm excited about. Their revenue just from international has gone up 145%. Even their average users, even the average revenue per user, a lot of it, actually the growth is coming from the international growth. Okay, this is really exciting to see. And even from an outlook perspective, they're expecting even their Q4 revenue to grow by 60% year over year, which is a modest acceleration compared to their growth in Q3. But still, it's a huge growth compared to how they were doing in previous quarters and even last year. Okay, so this is really exciting, guys. You know, Pinterest, I knew this was one of those really under the radar social media stocks that has been doing exceptionally well. And one method that I really use to understand how well a company is going to do is actually to use what is called Peter Lynch's method of investing. And what he does is, if he likes a certain product or uses a service and he sees that other people also like and use that service and enjoy it, there's a very good chance that the company and the stock also does well. Okay, now this obviously is not possible in every single thing, of course, but I've seen it 9 out of times in my own investing journey that statement has been true. Okay, and Pinterest was a classic example for me because I've seen a lot of people who use Pinterest with the intention of researching for some kind of a product, researching for some kind of a design, whether they're planning for an event or costumes or clothes or whatever it is. They are on Pinterest with the intention of buying something. They may not be interested to buy through Pinterest directly, but the point is people are actually going in there with a buyer's intention, okay? Compared to every other social media like Facebook or YouTube, where people are pretty much just scrolling through and mindlessly. The fact that they have a buyer's mindset when they're actually scrolling through Pinterest is actually a really good sign, because it means that businesses that are actually producing ads on their platform have a much higher rate of conversion. Okay, so that's really what excited me about Pinterest. I think they're doing an incredible job of growing their monthly active users and their revenue per user, which is really good to see. And I honestly think they're just getting started, guys. I think both Snapchat and Pinterest are under the radar social media stocks that are really doing well, because all of the other big companies like Facebook, Google, Twitter, and all of them are on such a close scrutiny and intense scrutiny from the government that these little smaller stocks are really actually benefiting from that. Okay, so in terms of the option play itself, I'll show you in my Discord here. I actually recommended it to my patrons only options trade to set up a strangle for Pinterest. I talked to them about how you can buy a 58 call and 47 put strangle for November 6th at an average cost of $500 or $5 for the strangle. And I always remind my members that earnings plays are always going to be risky. I made a video previously about how I did lose a certain amount of money on Twilio's earnings, so I always make sure to let them know that this is a risky play. But that's exactly what I bought here. I had the 58 calls here for November 6th, 2 of the 47 puts, and pretty much just about 10 minutes before earnings came out, I thought I'd just buy one more put and one more call just to sort of give myself a little more exposure to it. It could have just as easily crashed. I could have lost another 50% on this, but deep down I was really bullish on Pinterest and I was expecting them to shoot up, and now that they actually shot up 30% after hours, actually it's gone up a little more since the beginning of this video, there's a very good chance that these calls could go from 150 to easily 600 to 700. Okay, so this is going to be another 4 to 5x, guys. So that's always the case with earnings. You either tend to lose 30 to 40%, or you can 5 or 6x your money on it, which is very risky, obviously. And if you don't have the risk tolerance for it, you should not trade this. But in my experience so far, even though it has worked out only 2 or 3 out of 5 times so far, because they always end up 6 or 7xing on my calls or puts, it has always been a net profit. Okay, so if you want to get alerts like this, guys, be sure to join my Discord. I always make this alert to my members right before I place it, so that you can also get in on this action. So if you find that helpful, guys, please do smash the like button. I hope you found this informative and helpful, and potentially something you might do in the future. I'd love to see you in the Discord group if you do decide to join, and be sure to leave a comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, thanks again for watching, and until next time.